I think I've just had a message to start our session today. Thank you everyone for joining the webinar. My name is Zain Munir. I am the Head of International for CMI, the Chartered Management Institute. And here at CMI, we believe in better led and better managed organizations. And we do that by increasing the number and standard of professionally qualified managers. My role really here is to, increase our international footprint, and we predominantly do that with working with a number of higher education establishments and organizations. And part of that is through our value proposition, which is accreditation. In this instance, with the partnership with Nexford University, we have endorsed the MBA program, which means anyone that finishes the MBA program will have a certificate of recognition from CMI, but also will benefit from the membership benefits that they have as an affiliate member. I'd like to say that, having good management and leadership skills is key. As you know, with the pandemic, it's led to a lot of change in the world. Managing that change, working in a digital age, they're all, key skills that we need to have as individuals. We have a lot of online resources available through membership, but also we have a research policy department that come out with 3 to 6 research summaries on thought leadership every single year. You will also have access to that. On top of this, with the online resources that my colleague will show you, you will have an online mentoring service where you can benefit from a database of 1,200 mentors, all from senior management backgrounds, mainly directors and CEOs, who can then mentor you online on a variety of different areas that you want to develop. I would also like to say that having that certificate of recognition is also going to help you become more employable. We are a chartered body and we are recognized not just here in the UK, but also internationally. Another thing that we will be showing you is our Careers Development Center, which has a range of tools to help your personal development, but also you'll develop your leadership skills. We also have tools which can help you when it comes to how to write your CV, how you take interviews, and the piece in the middle of all of this is we actually have a job database which gives live vacancies for jobs all over the world. So we have countries, like Nigeria, Indonesia, and Middle East, where we have live vacancies that you can actually apply directly through this portal. So hopefully you'll find that very useful. Again, through the membership, you'll also have, access to our membership community, be invited to webinars and events where you can also network with like-minded individuals and share, good practice. So that's kind of like an overview of CMI, who we are, what we believe in. Through this partnership, you will have that certificate of recognition, which will definitely add value to you as an individual. But also, all of you would be CMI members from the start of your program all the way up until the end. And it's really about those resources that we're going to go and dive into a bit deeper to actually show you how A, it's going to help you with your MBA program, 2, how it's going to help with you in terms of employability and finding a job, and 3, a little bit about that mentoring service that I mentioned before. So I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Melissa Patrick, who will start the online session tour of these resources. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Zain. Hi, everyone. Hi, my name is Melissa. Melissa Patrick. So I'm actually Program Development Manager at CMI. And I joined about 10 months ago. So that's tomorrow's my 10th month anniversary, actually. So nice to meet you guys. So before I start off, if you could just, sort of put your answers in the chat as to where you guys are from, which countries you guys are from. It'd be great to see where all of you are at right now. If I could see some chats coming in, that would be great. So we have people from Ghana, from Nigeria, India. That's good. Okay. Nigeria. I know we have someone from Indonesia, Libya. Right. Philippines. Hi, Jason. Okay, we've got people from India. So really, we've got an Indonesian in Malaysia as well. Okay, cool. So I'm based in Malaysia, so nice to meet you guys as well. So thank you so much for your participation so far. Really nice to meet you guys. So I can see really we've got Egypt, and lots of you guys are in Nigeria. So let me just start off by showing you what Zain was talking about earlier. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Hold on. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Thank you so much for answering. Okay, so let me just go back to that. Okay. All right, so this is Management Direct. This is what Zain was talking about. So basically, this is your 24/7 online resource from CMI. Okay, so basically what we have is we actually have resources, which is basically practical content underpinned by academic theory. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got lots of stuff going on. So how you can actually search for information is two ways. You can either browse by topic, or you can actually browse by content type. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually had a look at your MBA, and I see there's lots of great subjects and specialties that you guys carry, that you'll be going through as well. So this is really, really interesting. So I'm just going to pick a topic and I'm just going to touch a little bit about leadership, if that's okay with you guys. Okay, so if I were to search here for leadership, for example. Okay, so you can see here, we've got lots of different types of content that comes on topic, right? So what we have is we have the topic by leadership, and you can see there's different contents in terms of different time bands. So we've got 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and more than 1 hour. So that's what it means by extended briefing. So these are basically good for you to actually sort of, look through when you're maybe coming back home from work, you're on the bus home or the train home, for example. You've got 5 minutes, you just want to quickly go through certain things. This is your chance to go through it. So as long as you have stable internet connection, you can actually browse through all this content via your mobile phone, your laptop, your desktop, right? Basically, as long as you have a smartphone, you're good to go, okay? So as you can see here, we have different types of formats of content. Okay, so we have something called articles, for example. So if I were to click on this particular topic, for leadership and articles that will come up. So as you can see, we've got different types of publication, right? So we basically have content or articles from 8 different type of publications, okay? So as you can see, we've got things like organizational dynamics, Harvard Business Review, for example, strategic change, we've got British Journal of Industrial Relations, so really a lot of different things. So let's just say if I wanted to go to this particular article, leadership that gets results. So let's open it. Okay, so if I were to open this article, this is how it would be. Of course, it takes some time to load. And of course, with my internet connection today, it might take a little bit of time. But hey, this is how it works. So let's just say when it comes up, you can actually see on the left over here, the source is Harvard Business Review. And you can also see the date is 2000. Okay, so this is actually quite not too bad. It's not too outdated, not too recent as well. Just nice, right? So let's just say when this content loads up, this is how it looks like. Okay, so you can see, okay, so this is the article by Daniel Goleman, which talks about leadership that gets results. So as you can see, there's about 14 pages in here. It's nicely colored. There's nice backgrounds that you can see. Okay, and what you can do is you can also save it or print it if you wanted to. So again, this is really good for people who would like to highlight certain things, but you don't want to do it on a piece of paper. You can actually highlight it here as well. Okay, so this is an example of an article, and it goes all the way back to the point of inception. So for example, Harvard Business Review. Let's just do a little bit of a pop quiz. Now, how long ago did you think Harvard Business Review was actually developed or born? Put your answers in the chat. Let's see who's the closest that will be able to guess. Any takers? What year do you think Harvard Business Review was inception? 10 years, 1994. Okay. Any other answers?
Melissa, are you going to give them a lifelong membership if they get it right?
Oh, yeah.
I think we should.
First come, first serve with the correct answer.
You guys.
Okay, so let me put you out of your misery. Okay, so the answer is basically since 1922. Okay, that's how long back we go in terms of articles, right? Now, we also have leader videos over here. So basically, leader videos are actually experts talking about overcoming real life management challenges in today. So for example, let's just say if I wanted to learn, okay, how do I balance empowerment and control? So if I were to go here and I were to watch this video, again, might take a bit of time, but what happens is it will actually come up with a video and you can actually play it. Okay, so as you can see, there's different types of learning styles applicable here. We've got videos, we've got articles. So, for those of you who are more audio based, in terms of your learning style, this will be a good platform for you to learn from. Okay, so we've got video over here as well. All right. Now, if I were to go back up over here, you can also see that we also have checklists. So basically, checklists are your do's and don'ts of what you should be doing. So for example, let's just say if I want to know how do I motivate a team. So let's just say if I open the checklist over here, you can see we have the introduction, we have the definition of it, all right? And basically, again, what should you do? What should you not do? And if there's any other additional resources that I want to look through, just to boost up knowledge, basically, it is also stated here for you. Okay, so again, really, really good resources for you. Now, we also have ideas for leaders over here, all right? So basically, these are basically idea summaries designed to keep managers engaged, with the latest leadership thinking, which is emerging from the top 50 business schools in the world, okay? Now, another thing I just wanted to quickly show you and highlight to you is basically models. So now, basically, these are models that's related to leadership, for example. So let's just say if I were to go to, let's just say the 7 levels of leadership consciousness. Now, this looks interesting. So if I were to click on it over here, you can see we have a graphic image over here about the model. We've got the introduction. How can this help me? And again, if there's any additional resources that would help me to understand this particular model better, it's also stated here for you. Okay. Now, we also have CMI research pieces that we do. So we actually have a research policy department, which actually comes up with 3 to 6 researchers in a year. So again, you can see there's lots of content if I were to just click on leadership, right? The same goes to any other topic that you were to click. So similarly, let's just say if I were to go to communication, for example, because I saw that you guys got a communication subject. Again, lots of articles, lots of resources, lots of models, ideas for you, checklists for you is all over here. Okay, all right. Now, these are basically how we search by topic. Now, let's just say if we were to search by a particular content type, how does it work? Now, again, you would probably see this repeating over here, okay? But I'm just going to highlight to you 2 different things which I think would be quite useful for you. So we have something called a company report over here. Now, I know definitely this is very, very useful for assignments. And I wish I had CMI when I was studying my degree, because this would be definitely more helpful for me. But let's just say if I were to go to this. Now, if I wanted to look for a particular company profile, okay, because I wanted to do research about them, right? And I noticed most of you guys are from Nigeria. So let's just say if I were to search for Nigeria Breweries PLC over here. Now, if I click on this, and if I click on this report, let's see what pops up. Okay, so this is the company report, and we actually have over 10,000 reports based over here. So as you can see, this is a company profile on Nigerian breweries, and you can see through the table of contents over here. We've got company overview, we've got your key facts, some business description, a bit of history, some key employees with your biographies as well. What major products or services do they use? Some SWOT analysis, again, really helpful for your assignments. You don't need to go anywhere, but you can just go here and straight away look at what is good for them, what's working for them, what's not working for them, who their top competitors are, locations, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to go through here so you can actually have a look at how it looks like. So again, we spoke about company overview. Okay, so some key facts. So again, their web address is there. What's their revenue like, what their financial year end looks like, how many employees they have. Okay, their description, for example. So again, it continues. And history. So again, you can see key milestones and here. Again, really good resource for your assignments, any acquisitions and mergers, for example. Okay, you can have a look here. Okay, any corporate changes, any stock listings. Again, if you're looking for an investment, a bit of good info for you. Some key employees, so you can see who's on their board, who's on your senior management. Again, if you're looking at connecting with them, networking with them, you can look them up, connect them on LinkedIn. That could be another way as well. All right, so you can see some biographies as well. Again, some really good information on them. So major products and services, what do they produce? What do they sell, basically? All right, again, if you're talking about product management, for example, this would be a good idea as well to see how you can incorporate that as part of your assignment if you wanted to. At least you have your basis in the background for that. Your SWOT analysis, again, what their strengths are. I'm sure you guys know what SWOT is. So again, really, really good information for you over here. Okay. Now, another thing I wanted to also take you back over here, if I just scroll back, is besides the company profiles, we also have something which is quite interesting, which, to be honest, I just discovered yesterday. So when I was scrolling through some things, let me go back. Okay. Now, if I wanted to look at a particular industry, this is how I can actually search. So what you do is you come to this main page, you go to this industry profile over here, you click on it, and you click search. Okay. So what happens is, if I'm looking for a particular industry, so let's just say, example, I'm looking for oil and gas in China. I want to know how the industry is doing. Again, I just click on this PDF full text. Okay, and you actually download the document. Okay, and you can actually see, how the industry has been doing. Okay, so it should actually show you a table of contents. So you can see now, this is June 2021, which is quite recent, okay? So it's a good indication for you. So we have the executive summary, okay, basically giving you an overview of the industry itself in China, how their market is like, what the geographic segmentation is like, for example, what their landscape is. Okay, so now if you see the table of contents over here, you would actually get an idea, overview of what is contained inside this particular report. So you can see market analysis, market value, category segmentation, value forecast, for example, buyer power, new entrants. Again, really good for you to do if you're doing your pastel model, for example, who are the leading players. So again, really, really good information for you if you're talking about doing assignments, for example, doing business in China. This could be one of your reports that you can use if you're looking at oil and gas industry, for example. Okay, so we have industry reports. Now, another thing that I wanted to share with you is also we have something called country reports. Okay, so let's just say if we go to this page, again, same way. Okay, just click on it. Now, let's just say if I wanted to look at India, for example. Okay, so if I were to type India over here, and you can see how many reports, country reports that will come out from it. Okay, so we've got a total of about 1,577. Now, why we have that many is because it actually stretches to quite a long way back. So for example, in India, right, I actually see that we actually have reports all the way back to the 90s even. So again, it runs across several years. Okay, so you have a good indication of how it is. And there's also reports that goes over a 10-year forecast. So again, really good insights for you if you're doing your research or you're going through your assignments, or just for your knowledge basically for yourself. So let's just say we go into this country report, which is basically based on India itself. This is what you can actually see over here. Okay, so again, we've got an executive summary, and again, we've got political risk, which is good for you to know. All right, economic review, for example. So again, really, really good details for you that you probably have to piecemeal here and there if you're doing your own research, but everything is inside here for you actually, so it makes your life much easier. We've got things from a legal perspective, tax, for example, war, terrorism, and so forth. So as you can see, there's actually 54 pages on just a country report for India, for example. Okay, so these are basically your company reports. Now, what about ebooks? Now we actually have over 9,000 ebooks, and about 80% of them are actually downloadable. So what kind of ebooks would you like me to search for you? Anyone would like to put into the chat so that I can search for you?
Yeah, ideally something that you cover in your MBA. So a module or a particular topic area that you would like us to search for in terms of ebooks. Human resources we have here from WAFA. So yeah.
Okay.
That'd be great.
All right. So human resources over here. Let's see what pops up. So we've got about 889 books on human resources. So as you can see on my left over here, it actually ranges from the publication date of 1979 all the way up to 2020. That's why we have 800 over books. So as you can see, let's just say if I were to go into this. Okay, so if I were to click on this, human resource management, transformative approach, and if I were to be able to download it, for example, or look at it from a full tab perspective. Okay, let's see. Let me download this for you in this way. Sorry, I'm not sure why there's a delay in downloading it. But anyway, once you look at it, it will basically actually come up in terms of the book. It could be my internet issues. I'm so sorry for that. But basically, it's actually downloadable. You can actually read it on your, again, like I said, on your phone or your mobile and so forth. Okay. So now this is the content that would be able to help you in terms of your studies, right? Or in terms of, your assignments and stuff. The next part I'm going to show you is basically talking about employability. Okay. Now I'm sure. Yep.
Just go back to the ebooks for a second, because I just want to pick another topic area, because quite a few people did reply. Can you just show it organizational development?
Okay, sure.
That came up a couple of times actually.
Okay.
And again, you don't need to just show how many books are on there, and then perhaps also pick on something like innovation as well.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, organizational, right?
Oh yeah, organizational should come up. Development, there it is, right, second last. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, let's see how many books comes up. Yep, we've got over 300 books over here.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. And then how about innovation?
Innovation, right? Yep. Okay, that sounds like an interesting one as well. There we go, innovation. And we have, wow, 700 over books on innovation.
Yeah, just one other thing I will just mention here, guys, is that this, all of these books you can read online, whether it be an iPad, even your mobile phone. If it's one of the latest phones, you can actually read them on your phone. But a vast majority, as Melissa said, 80% of them you can actually download and read at another time as you wish. So yeah, lots of books here to keep you guys busy.
Yeah, and I think I just wanted to highlight as well, the books is not just from a business perspective, but we also have books on gardening, on cooking, on IT, accounting, for example. So really it transcends across a lot of topic areas. So it's not just purely business itself, okay? So back to what I was saying, something that I think would be quite important for you is the Career Development Center, because I'm sure you guys are definitely looking at boosting up your employability skills, right? And also in terms of just basically improving yourself as a person, right? So that you can actually move forward in your career. Because I think some of you guys might probably be looking at starting your own businesses, or you might be looking at becoming a manager down the road, for example. So again, we've got these lovely online resources for you. So under our Career Development Centers, you can see over here, we've got, again, a range of topic areas or sectors that you can look at. So we've got things, for example, on leadership. So we've got leadership qualities. How do you coach others, for example? A bit of self-development. So how do you be more productive? So let's just say if I want to look at how to be more productive at work, for example. So you can actually see some tips and advices that's actually here in terms of how do you actually be more productive. So 7 tips to boost your productivity, for example, or productivity explain if you don't know what it is, for example. So again, some really, really good resources to help you, okay? Now, if I were to go back here, we've also got things on, motivation, how do you actually have resilience, for example, what kind of personality types you are, and sometimes if you need help to write your CV, it's also here, because sometimes, when you're at work and you have not been looking for jobs for a long time, you might be a little bit rusty. So, just some tips for you in terms of how you can write your CV, perhaps. So again, really good resources for you. So if I were to click on this, you can actually see, we actually have an introduction over here, some employer videos, so you can actually hear from employers, what works, what makes you stand out, how to write a good CV, right? So again, these are tips from employers that you can take on. We also have some e-learning modules, some podcasts for you. Again, different types of formats to cater to different types of learning styles. We also have written tutorials over here and any relevant news. Okay, so this is basically just a snapshot of what we actually have. Now, what I wanted to draw your attention to as well is we actually have a job search engine. So if you're looking out for jobs, okay, and you can see over here, it covers over 50 countries. Okay, so let's just say, I'm just going to take this as an example. If I were to look for project manager roles, And if I were to look for jobs in Nigeria, how many jobs would I find? Here you go. We have 1,331 jobs for project manager in Nigeria. So as you can see, we actually have jobs that were posted just yesterday, jobs that were posted about a week back or so, posted last month, 3 days ago. Again, you've got a range. So let's just say if I wanted to apply for this job, okay, so I click on it. You can actually see as well in terms of the description, the job description, the main responsibilities, what the project, the title of your employment will be, which company you're working in, any minimum qualifications or competencies, for example. So the job search over here, as you can see, it actually covers part-time, full-time, internship, and so forth. So again, lots of different type jobs as well. So this is Nigeria. Let's just say we go to
Pick Pakistan, Melissa.
Indonesia. What happens? Okay, Pakistan. Yep. Hey, we've got 900 over jobs in Pakistan for project manager. Okay, so you can see again, a couple of weeks back, last month, just 6 days ago, 1 week. So for those of you who are keen to apply, you can try that out. So Etihad Consulting. Okay, any other countries that anybody would like me to just search for?
I think Indonesia would be good as well while people try and put in, because I do know there's quite a few Indonesian students here.
Okay, cool. So if I were to put in Indonesia, we have 1,600 jobs. So again, you've got places in Jakarta, Tangerang, Denpasar, East Java. So again, different days, different locations by country. Again, it's over 50 countries. Okay, so that is basically a snapshot of what we have. Of course, when you go through it, you probably look at more things as well. But one last thing I just wanted to share with you is our mentoring system, which is what Zane covered actually earlier. So what happens is you can actually pick up to 3 mentors, and currently because of COVID, everything is done online, which is good because you get to network with people who are, beyond your country. So you choose up to 3 mentors. Okay, so how it works is basically you actually set up your profile, you do your proposal and then you match, and then you decide on the timing that's suitable for both you and the mentor, and then you can kickstart your mentoring journey with them. Again, really lots of really good resources for you to help you in terms of not only in your studies, but also as in terms of your personal development. So remember, knowledge is not power, but applied knowledge is power. Okay, so thank you very much for this.
Excellent. Thanks, Melissa, for that. So just to do a summary there, let me just get my video back on. I think we've shown you some resources. Management Direct, that's really going to help you throughout your program. There's a lot of great content like the checklists, like the business models, the videos, and so forth. We also have the Career Development Center, which will help you, for those who are not in work, improve, on their CV, and as well as, work on interview techniques. But also for everyone, there's stuff on self-development as well as developing your leadership skills. The centerpiece on that, as I said, is the database where you can actually look for jobs in over 50 countries, and it will come up with the live vacancies for those countries. And additionally, we also have an online mentoring service where you can, look through a database of about 1,200 mentors that we have. You can match yourself up to about 3 mentors at any given time. All our mentors are from senior management background professions. And the mentoring is organized through online sessions. So again, how many and how frequent will be dependent on the mentor's time and what you agree with the mentor. So I hope, that's really given you a good insight to the CMI partnership, what we have, in terms of our resources. But I may also mention, it's just not the resources. We also have, the network, that you become part of the CMI family, the membership community. And, we have about 166,000 members. We do have online webinars that we host. There's events which you can attend. Again, most of them are online due to the pandemic. So you can join there and share your thoughts and experiences in those sessions. For me, myself, on a personal note, I mean, I joined the CMI about 10 years ago. And when I joined 10 years ago, I was working for the awarding body, doing business development. And I worked my way up. This is now my third head of role. I was, head of employers and private training providers a few years back. I then became head of national strategic partners, and now I'm head of international. And one thing I can say is that I stay very true. I do, we do kind of like eat our own dog food, as they say. I've got the CMI qualification. I've got my level 5 diploma. I'm currently doing the level 7 coaching and mentoring. And, I try my best to, use the online resources, wherever I can. I think the last time I used it, in fact, was when I was applying for an internal role. I think this was for head of national strategic partnerships. And I actually used the cover letter because it's been such a long time since I've known what professional cover letter looks like. I had an idea, but I really wanted to gain some insight on there. So I went on the Careers Development Center and used that. But for me, I mean, my advice is, the stuff here is, is definitely worth looking into, because it really will develop you as a person. It will understand, make you understand how to tackle practical, things that happen in a day-to-day working life, which you can then use to resolve. It's also, a great tool to actually track, because on the Management Direct, you have your own CPD online portfolio, which actually tracks everything that you do on Management Direct, but you can also add stuff outside Management Direct that you've done, and you can then curate that into a PDF report and bring that along with you, either to your next appraisal or even to an interview, to prove that you've done these things relevant to the job role that you're applying for. So I think I'll leave it at that. I don't know if Sheila, you wanted to say anything before we go into our QA session?
I think I will address, hi everyone, let me turn on my camera. I have a lot of sunshine here in Florida, so trying to move to a spot that is not that sunny. But thank you so much for joining this session. I really appreciate it. As you know, I am the Chief Academic Officer at Nexford University, and I've been working with CMI. I think we started our relationship back in 2019. So I know there's a lot of questions about, the different levels and the different trainings, and I've been working with CMI and from the curriculum standpoint in mapping our outcomes. Right now, the MBA program was the first one that we registered with CMI because we had the largest number of enrollments back in 2019 and then 2020 and even today. But that does not mean that this will not become available for BBA learners. The process is very robust. So, what Zane and Melissa have presented here is not just the library. We are really trying to build a partnership where our curriculum is supported by the resources of CMI. And ultimately, we want to become a certified center for CMI. And we will be the first certified center in the United States as a university. So what I'm trying to get at is that at this point, all of you who have registered with CMI will have your MBA degree recognized. So you will get a certificate once you complete your studies. And that is something that we believe is an important credential that you can use for future employers, for future, if you want to pursue additional graduate studies like a doctoral program and so on and so forth. Now, once we complete the accreditation process in the United States, which is what I've been working on in the last 2 years, and we're looking to have that by the end of the year, then we begin the process of becoming a certified center for CMI. At that point, I believe, and maybe Zane or Melissa, you can correct me if I'm wrong, then you can then get, the certifications to reach these different levels. I know that at the MBA level is usually level 5 to be a strategic leader or something along the lines of that. Or level 7. I mean, I'm not really clear on the different levels and how they map to the different programs. And then we will also start with the BBA program. So for now, this is the content that Melissa has presented is supplemental content that you can use to support your studies at Nexford, just like, we have other resources like LinkedIn Learning that, some of you have used, and also the library that we have established for you. I just wanted to make it clear that right now, this is available for MBA learners, unless anything has changed in the last month for BBA. But I know that I was involved in the mapping for the MBA. So it's available for the MBA. We're looking forward to either by December, by later this year, Q3, Q4, we're going to be working with Matt. I mean, at the time it was Matt and the curriculum team at CMI to get us to the next level, which is to become a certified center. And hopefully by then we will have achieved national accreditation in the United States to make all of this happen.
Yeah, okay. Thank you there, Sheila. And I just want to add to what you just said there. So for the MBA, when we're looking at, absolutely, at the moment, you have that certificate of endorsement. We're trying to now evolve that to an accreditation, which would lead you to coming out with a qualification. For MBA, it's our level 7 qualification. For the BBA, it would be a level 5 qualification. What we do here is we intrinsically map your indicative content, your degree content, against our content on our qualification framework. So it would be an automatic process of getting that qualification. You wouldn't have to do any extra assessment when that happens. But again, those conversations are probably going to happen sort of like Q3, Q4, as Sheila alluded to earlier. But again, it's really, really exciting times. I do feel that even with this certificate of recognition, that's going to really, really add value. It's really going to boost your profile. And more importantly, it's, you guys are all going to be part of the CMI membership community. And it will be a stepping stone. And you can actually, and I've seen a few questions about chartered manager, but you can actually, once you finish your MBA, jump onto our chartered manager assessment. And I can talk a little bit more about that in the QA session. Shall we go straight into the QA session then? I mean, I think...
yeah, that works.
Okay, excellent. So I will probably address the first question, which is, becoming a chartered manager, So for those who finished their MBA, or even in fact finished their BBA, yes, it's been endorsed by the CMI, which is fantastic. Once you finish that program, you can then apply to become a chartered manager through our qualified route. That is a written submission, which really talks about the impact that you've had at organizational level. And again, you can talk about that. I think it's 18 months, so you would have had to have been in some form of work within the 18 months of applying. And once you've written that submission, what happens is we then look to assess that, and then there will be a telephone interview pertaining to that written submission, where an assessor will also quiz you through that written submission, check your answers, make sure that you've actually understood what you've, the outputs that you've put on the paper. And, if successful, you then become a chartered manager, which then gives you the post-nominal letters CM, capital CM, small letters GR after your name. Right, so that was the chartered manager. So you don't have to wait for this to be accredited. You can, once you finish your MBA, become a chartered manager. I'm just looking through the screen if there is any other questions that I've missed out. Melissa, also do help me out if there's... now there's something about here about jumping onto 3 or 4. Still unsure how do you advise relate to above. So I don't know where that's what that question really applies to, level 3, level 4. But what I will say is when we are looking at accreditation, MBA will be a level 7 and BBA will be a level 5. There is no fee for requesting the mentoring service. It's all part of your membership benefits. So what the partnership that we have with Nexford, when you become a member, you don't, there is no fee. It's all being included. So again, that mentoring service is part and parcel of our membership services.
Yeah, Zane, I think we had a question on the key differences between the webinars and the videos that we have in our resources.
So yeah, the videos are leader videos. These are, pre-recorded videos in regards to, certain topic areas that you might type in. Our webinars are live sessions, which could be about a different thing that might not be on Management Direct. So it might be, you know, how to manage the economy after Brexit, for example. It might be that, or it might be how to make yourself more employable in the digital age, or it might be, you know, how do you manage change more effectively. There are different webinars under different topic areas from different keynote speakers. So again, it varies, but it is a live session, and the videos are pre-recorded as part of our online resources. So there is a registration process, which I believe Nexford have put the link on. Again, internally, I'm not too sure how that works, but Sheila, is it the fact that they click onto the link and get themselves registered for this? How does that process work to get them on board the recognized CMI?
I know that the way that we have designed it right now is pretty much you speak to your success advisor. The success advisor collects your information, and then that success advisor works with CMI to get you registered. So it's pretty much through your success advisor to have you become registered and then get access to the system and the membership benefits.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Sheila. I really appreciate
No
that.
problem.
And then there's a really good question here. Is membership the same thing as being a chartered manager? The answer to that is no, it's not. Being a member, there are 3 grades now, there was 4. So you can be an affiliate membership, which you guys will be as part of this partnership. Then there's standard membership, which is gives you the post-nominals MCMI. And then there's a fellow grade, which I am, which gives you the letters FCMI. And each of those membership grades are dependent on experience, how much work experience you have. So that's the membership. So you're a member, whether you're an affiliate member, whether you're a fellow member, you're a member of the CMI. The chartered manager is actually a status, just like how you're a chartered accountant or a chartered engineer. It's an actual status. And that chartered manager, one of the prerequisites is that you have to have some sort of membership to CMI. So that's how the two link, but it is an additional post-nominals, and it's an additional title after your name. Right, so there's a question here saying, what's the cost of membership? So I believe, again, I don't know what the arrangement here is with Nexford, but I assume that this has been covered by Nexford. Is that right, Sheila? Or is that something they have to pay? Which question? Because are you referring to? What's the cost of membership? It says here. What is the cost of membership? Mm-hmm. Yes. We have it there, 125. But yeah, that is being collected through Nexford. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Yeah. And just to flag here, it's 125 from Nexford, but if you were to do that individually, depending on your grade, it could be anything from £200 plus. So again, you're getting value for money here. I know other partnerships that are endorsed as well that charge more. So again, it's it's good value for money. I wanted to maybe, I don't know if you can answer this question, because I noticed that Dennis is an alumni, so he already graduated from Nexford. Mm-hmm. So he's wondering if he can still get his degree certified or recognized. Yes. By CMI. Okay. The answer to that is yes, as long as the program hasn't changed, the one that we've mapped. As long as that hasn't no, we haven't. Yeah, we haven't changed that yet. I mean, it's set up for review in 2022. But at the same time, since he already graduated, would it be more like paying the fee and then having the degree recognized? I don't know if you know the logistics, because I've never done this before. So good question. So for students who have graduated, what I've been told from people at head office is that if they've graduated, they can still claim the endorsed certificate, and they will get their membership for 12 months. So that's an added plus. So they don't have to be on program. If they've graduated, you can still benefit from 12 months membership and also the certificate of recognition. Okay, great. Thank you. I hope that the registration will be available for BBA. I think there's something that we need to discuss, don't we, Sheila, about possibly recognizing the BBA potentially. Yes.
Yeah, we wanted to have, at the time we were working with Matt and the team of a curriculum, and we were, at the time we decided, we didn't have many learners enrolled in the BBA program. It was probably less than 25 learners, and versus the MBA, we had over 200, 300 learners when we started the conversation. So that's why we shifted to, focusing on the MBA. But now we're growing, very nicely, and more than likely it's the next step. That, and then, post accreditation, hopefully becoming that certified or accredited center through CMI. So I'll follow up with him. I forgot the lady's name that I worked with at the time, but
Sheila,
maybe
it will actually be now myself. That,
oh, okay. So it would be you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm picking this up now in terms of the partnership.
I'll make a note of it so that we can follow up. Yeah.
Fantastic. I look forward to it. Also, there's a question here saying, what does it take to renew after the 12 months? So what we have done for students in particular is done a special rate. So once you finish that membership for 12 months, to renew, it will cost you £60. And that is a discounted rate that we are charging as part of parcel of people that want to extend their membership thereafter. How does one get chartered? Is the level 7 a chartered status? Again, we're not talking qualifications here at the moment. We're just talking about the recognition and the certificate of recognition. However, I have said earlier today that you can apply to become a chartered manager separately. Again, you would need to have at least 5 years experience. You would need to also then take an assessment, which is a written assessment about the impact that you've had at organizational level, themes around how you manage change, how you manage teams, how you manage yourself. That assessment then gets reviewed through a telephone interview with an external assessor. So when we say the membership free, obviously once you've paid the $125, I think it's dollars a year, then you would get the membership as part of this, as well as certificate of recognition. After you graduate from your MBA as a student, then we do have a special rate for students thereafter for £60 for another year. And it's really good to see, by the way, that everyone, and I'll probably just ask a question and you can just type it in here. Do people find that these online resources are going to be very helpful for them, both on program as well as for employment? A simple yes or no would suffice on the chat box. I mean, I've had some positive comments on here saying that, this looks really great, but oh yeah, excellent. Fantastic, look at that. So it is a one-off payment, Marie. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I mean, it's really good to know that this is really going to have a positive impact for you guys. How does the certificate of Nexford University look like in the worldwide? Well, I will say one thing. That's a good question again from Gioni. We are, and we do have an international presence. We have centers across Europe, Middle East. Our core focus now and strategy-wise is developing APAC and MENA. So for me, as well as parts of Africa, we are working with, I think we are, in terms of universities in those regions, probably about 30 plus. And about, I would say about 12% of the 166,000 member base are from international overseas participants. Excellent. Any more questions before we wrap up?
Hey Zane, I'm still answering. I'm still answering questions in the Q&A. So I don't know if you're, I don't know, because if we have already answered, then we just have to kind of I just want to clean it up, because there's several here. Some of them are asking about process of like I see Dennis asking process of acquiring a CMI qualification for level 7, which I believe is the exam that you were discussing post graduation, or
okay.
Is this some yeah,
this would be something different, Sheila. So chartered manager is separate to our qualifications. So if you wanted to do a CMI level 7, all you would have to do is go on a website, look at the nearest center to you that delivers a CMI level 7, and then obviously choose the one that you want. Now, I know with our centers, there are, predominantly they were doing it face to face. Obviously, since the pandemic, that's now changed to blended, and also some do it purely online. So you can actually achieve your CMI Level 7 qualification through online delivery. And again, some other centers do that. We have about 600 centers across the UK and overseas. Again, you just got to find which one is closest to you, and then register your interest, and then hopefully gain your qualification. Under this partnership, there won't be an exam to be certified. You get the certificate of recognition on completion of your program, because we've mapped the indicative content of the MBA against our internal framework, which is the professional standards and those competencies. So thankfully, you won't have to do an exam, which is good news.
But the goal is to become a certified center. That's really the plan.
That's right.
We just started this partnership because we knew how important it was, and we knew that if we could get at least some sort of benefit to our learners, whether through resources or, as Zane and Melissa described, through recognition, we knew that it was better than just not having it at all, especially because CMI is recognized, worldwide.
Excellent. Yeah, 100%. As a marketing consultant, what's the added value for being a CMI member? So there's a lot. I mean, I would probably say the biggest one is our network. There's a lot of professionals that you can network with. There's different events, different webinars that you can join. But also, you say you're a marketing consultant here, Haitham. We also, the Institute of Consulting is part of CMI, and recently we've just had approval from Privy Council of the Chartered Management Consultant status, which we are now proud to be able to deliver. At the moment, we're working with the big sort of like four firms, PwC, Deloitte, Ernst & Young, but it will be rolled out to individuals very, very soon as well. So there's even more reason why you should, look at becoming a CMI member.
Yeah, I think I just wanted to add as well. I think I've just been seeing quite a number of topic areas that you guys wanted me to search on earlier. So I just wanted to share with you that when I actually went through all your syllabus in terms of the core modules and the specialties, I actually went through each and every one, and I typed out each and every one of those topics in the content. And I can tell you that we actually have coverage on all of them. It's just a matter of how in-depth or how big size we have in that sense. So basically we have content across all: robotics, automation, decision making, data science, for example. So we have this content as well. Okay.
I think I'm just having a look here if there's anything else here.
I am typing answers as much as from the Q&A, so just wanted to let you know. We have someone that is wanting to work at CMI. I see that in the QA.
Go on LinkedIn and find me, Zane Munir, and I'll be more than happy to have a conversation and check out your profile. And we're recruiting different phases within the year. So if there's if you stand out and there's something that we need in terms of the area of expertise you have, then we'll be sure to look at it. And it is a great.
We have a question here, which is the cost after you graduate from the MBA program, cost of membership. I know it's 125 while the learner is enrolled at Nexford, but after Nexford and when the membership expires, do you know what the cost?
Yes.
For membership?
as mentioned earlier,
Okay,
£60.
sorry, I was typing. Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's
Trying
£60.
to-
£60 after you finish, your studies with Nexford, and after that 12 months as ceases, we do it a special rate for graduates, so it would be £60.
Mhm.
And will the recording be available, Sheila, from Nexford for all these students to listen to afterwards?
I think that would be a question for Ling or who, yes. There we have the answer right on the chat. On YT, okay, I am not that advanced on acronyms. YT meaning? Okay, thank you. I'm telling you, I'm not, I don't know what generation, but
me and you both, Sheila, me and you both.
I know I need to hang out with my kids more often and get my urban dictionary out. Okay, thank you. Hopefully, I know we only have a few minutes left, but hopefully we have addressed, we have addressed all questions. It is my understanding on the email that went out several months ago, because we were sorting out some of the changes, which now, I mean, this is in fact the first time that I meet Zane and Melissa virtually. I've been dealing with a completely different group. And at that point, we had to put our membership on hold. So I know that some communications were going out because some of you we were pending or waiting on this to be resolved. Now that it has been resolved, we have an updated, registration email that is an auto reply email that is going out. So you will be able to register. Now, I also learned from one of the questions that the link apparently to access registration is giving an error. I will speak to the learner success manager and also to IT support and find out what's going on. But if you have any questions about CMI and you would like to register for CMI, just contact your success advisor or just send an email to success@nexford.org, and anyone there will be able to help you and answering your concern. Okay.
Excellent. And I think, I will also say that, if there are any questions that, you guys have collected at Nexford, they can ask us, and then we can answer them accordingly. And Sheila, it's really nice to meet with you today. And
thank you.
I will ping you an email later on.
Perfect.
Discuss for meeting dates to have a follow-up conversation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone. Wish you a great weekend ahead of us, and we will speak soon.
Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks
good luck with your
everyone.
studies.
Bye.
Bye.